My brother stole from me. Now he wants back in my life?
Oh, it's too bad. It's so sad. He tried to steal your way back in.
Most of this happened very recently, so for background, my brother Andrew and I used to work for the same company, which was contracting. I did all the scheduling, advertising, and relayed any complaints that came my way to the right person. By the way, this comes from JustWinner8379, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to r/OKStorytime subreddit. So for instance, if a customer complained about the paint bleeding through, which happened once because a guy had electrical problems that caused a fire and gave the walls smoke damage, I had to handle it. The guy bought the wrong paint and the walls bled. Needless to say, it was a nightmare job. I did all of that for a few years with BS pay and all kinds of nonsense, like the boss blowing off estimates, making me lie to customers because they wouldn't leave in time, or making me lie for some other reason. It was complete BS, to be honest. After a while, the boss gained an unhealthy habit, so my brother and I took over for a little while. Andrew didn't like to go to estimates, so I had my boyfriend go, and we would split a percentage. Andrew would then get upset if too many things came in at once, and he had to figure out a lot, but he would also complain if nothing came in. Whenever my boyfriend was busy and couldn't go, I'd ask Andrew, and he would cuss me out, asking why there were so many. Why is he even working here, man? He's like, why are there things for me to do?
Some people are just employed with no explanation.
He would then ask why my boyfriend couldn't go, even when my boyfriend was already out or working. Andrew never understood that. So I had to make a plan where we used Street View to look at houses to see what was wrong. Sometimes Andrew would tell me, oh, well, I'd have to see it, then proceed to not see it, but still ask me where the work was. I had to do that song and dance for like 2 months. At least for once, I got paid correctly whenever he would work. One day, Andrew did a job that I had gotten him, sealing and fixing a lady's gutters. He got paid by the lady, but I never saw my cut. Later, he borrowed gas money from me, promising he would have my money for both later that week. I still haven't seen it to this day. Now to the backstabbing part of the story. Andrew and I lived together with my boyfriend, our dad, and his girlfriend. It was easier since we all worked for the same company. We used our work money to pay rent, utilities, etc. Most of the time, the boss just paid and said it was taken out of our pay. But when the boss developed that bad habit I mentioned before and stopped paying, we had taken on all the financial responsibilities. Let's just say Andrew didn't like that. He preferred to party and go out drinking instead of paying what needed to be paid. And we got behind with the landlord, causing a lot of stress in the house. I like to party and drink from time to time too, but I always made sure work came first. I also made sure I only did it on weekends so it wouldn't interfere with anything important. I even helped Andrew build a home bar so we and our friends had somewhere to drink. I also paid for most of the stuff so Andrew could have a Halloween party. I ended up making a Hail Mary ad because work wasn't coming in. I basically told people that bills were piling up, which they were, and that we had skills, just needed work to get through the holidays. Needless to say, Andrew hated this.
Did he? Did he now?
Even though it brought in at least 30 estimates. He told me, why would you post this? It hurts my pride as a man. What?
Oh, it hurts my human pride. No, it should motivate you to change.
Yeah, maybe you should do better, dude.
I don't know, man. It's a wake-up call.
Come on. Andrew begged me to take the ad down. I refused because the bills needed to be paid and nothing else was working. He eventually relented because of all the estimates coming in, but then proceeded to blow off all the ones he needed to see in person. Can you fire him? Can you kick him out?
What does he have, tenure? What is this?
I ended up with only a little money to pay the landlord, so I called him and gave him what I had. I told the landlord he would get the rest when we had it and assured him we had other estimates that would help cover the rest. Everyone in the house was responsible for paying $300 since rent also covered gas, sewage, garbage, and water. Cable, internet, phone, and electricity was separate. Andrew continued to not pay his share. One time I was lucky to get $50 off him and I practically had to beg for it. Now, this is the day before Christmas. Andrew and my father conspired a plan. The landlord came by to check on things and talk. Those two talked to him. I don't know what was said, and then came in and told me, thanks to you talking all kinds of BS to the landlord, now we all have to move. They refused to tell me what was said. I mean, oh my gosh. But they're probably just being, super awful and being like, we're not going to pay or something like that.
Yeah, I'm sure that's not your fault,
No.
especially if they're not telling you what happened.
Yeah,
they're just like, this is your fault.
You're the one paying. He's not paying, or Andrew isn't paying. It stressed me out, and if it weren't for my boyfriend, I don't know how I would have handled it. He helped a lot. After calming down, I called the landlord and asked him what the issue was. He just said, I don't want any drama. I just want rent paid, and told me I did nothing wrong. At that point, I felt so betrayed by Andrew and my father. I started packing my stuff because I couldn't take the drama anymore. I guess Andrew and my father didn't take it seriously, but when they saw me taking my things out to the truck, they realized I was actually leaving and tried to tell me they loved and would miss me. Before I left, I ran one more ad and set up all the scheduling. Then I told them I was quitting and that they were on their own from now on. They didn't believe me. My father said, you could just work remotely. And I said, nope, I'm done with all the constant work drama. I think that is pausing for a second, that is the best move because it seems like working and living with these people is a nightmare.
Yeah, if you can remove half of your exposure, that's great. I mean, work drama, a place where you work where it's constantly dramatic, just sucks anyway. Like, I'm mostly thinking, I'm not thinking about this at all. I'm thinking about specifically the restaurant industry. It's like working at a dramatic restaurant is the most annoying, draining thing. Like on top of the work already.
Yeah.
It's just like, I mean, it's sales, it can get bad, but like I haven't done as many, all the restaurant jobs, as soon as it gets like drama, it's like, just go get a different one.
Yeah, man. Because I heard everyone's always into each other too at the restaurant.
Yeah, there can be a
Everyone's
lot
dating.
of that. There can be a lot of that.
The day I was leaving, Andrew was in shock. I asked him if the bills were paid and he told me, yes. When they weren't. I found that out later. Andrew also got upset that I was taking my dog, who had been in the family for 10 years at that point. But they didn't take care of her well, since they all had their own dogs. They let their dogs pee and poop all over the house, and I was always the one cleaning it. Yoicks. They dirtied all the dishes and I had to clean them. My boyfriend helped, but Andrew would cook, leave the dishes out, and not even put them in the sink or put away the food he used. Then he would ask me, why can't you do any dishes today? I always made sure I cleaned mine, but Andrew never did. It always fell on me. After I left, Andrew kept checking in on me and asking where I was moving. I didn't want to tell him, but he wouldn't drop it. So I made sure my boyfriend was okay with it first and then told him. My boyfriend didn't like Andrew because Andrew would always hit on him when I was asleep and Andrew was wasted. Even though Andrew claimed he was straight, he would only do it when intoxicated. Wait.
Whoa, wait a minute.
Andrew, what are you doing?
Whoa.
Stop. That's like
Wait a
your
minute.
sister's boyfriend.
Hold up.
He also had a self-centered, arrogant attitude that rubbed my boyfriend the wrong way. Later, my boyfriend told me that Andrew had thousands hidden away, but couldn't help pay rent. A few days after the move, Andrew called and just so happened to be going on a vacation where I had moved. I didn't buy it. My boyfriend didn't want him coming by, so I didn't give him a yes or no. I sent Andrew our house rules: no smoking inside, clean up spills, if you break it, you buy it, don't be too loud, keep food and drinks off the couch, and no booze inside. He never responded, so I guess he didn't like them. That was a big no-no for me since I keep the house clean and don't want him or his friends messing it up. But you guys would never mess anything up if you listen to full episodes with stories just like this. Just go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or your favorite podcast app, which might be iHeartRadio as well, and search up OK Storytime. But there's a little bit left to this story. Do you have any thoughts?
This guy is a terrible roommate who just so
and
happens
brother.
to be your brother. So, you know,
And terrible coworker.
if you take away the brotherness, it's like, yeah, take the kid gloves off. Just treat him like a normal guy.
But let's finish the story. I ended up going no contact after that because I didn't want to deal with any drama he might bring. I also asked for my back pay since he obviously had the money, but he never responded. So am I the a-hole for going no contact and not trusting him? Also, should I discuss him and his friends visiting if my boyfriend doesn't like him?
I think if you go no contact, you should make it explicitly clear why. You don't just go no contact and don't explain.
Yeah.
Explain why you're doing it.
Yeah, say like,
Be like, here's what you could do to fix it.
Hey, girly.
Or here's what you could do to address your part of the equation here.
Yeah. Well, it seems like
and then
OP offered, pretty reasonable boundaries for the brother coming to visit, saying like, hey, okay, you can come visit, but these are the rules, and he never responded. It's like, okay. You done what you can.